an interesting conversation we've seen happening in other communities as well. There will be a motion regarding a potential trial of a compressed work week. But before we get to the motion, I'll invite Director Savage to the podium to outline a bit about this initiative, this proposal, and what some of those benefits might be.
Good evening. What we're bringing forward as a proposal is I guess, piloting a compressed work week for it's 20 employees. It's a salary group within the city for a period of from February 27th until the end of August. So I'm sure everybody's heard a lot about compressed work week in the newspapers and on TV lately. It's gaining a lot of popularity, and it's been implemented in a number of workplaces and a number of municipalities within New Brunswick. So we proposed a model that we hope will capture the benefits of it, which have been identified with increased morale, better home-life balance. It's definitely a hiring advantage for recruiting and retention. It's a question that we do get about the flexibility in our hours. So we're hoping to trial it. It'd be on a 2-week rotation. So employees would rotate Monday to Thursday and then Tuesday to Friday. So all of the 20 employees will always be here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There'll be no change in the hours of operations of city buildings. So the normal hours of 8:30 to 4:30, or in Miramichi they have different hours where they're opened earlier and close a little bit later. All those hours will stay unchanged from Monday to Friday. So outward facing for the public, there should be no change in the service level. And we have to monitor it as we go, because there's also no increase in any cost to municipality. So it's no more time off. It's just reallocating the time now from 5 days to 4 days. So if we run into those issues, then we have to reevaluate at the end of August. We're going to give it a trial, and then there'll be a survey then to determine whether or not there's any issues that arose. And I'm sure we've tried to cover anything we can think of in the outline, but I'm sure there's things that we haven't thought of or one-offs that'll happen that we'll have to kind of revisit it. So we're hoping that council, we get your support tonight, we would implement it on the 27th of February. And run it through to the end of August. And at that time, we could either revert back to the 35-hour work week, or we could extend the trial then to the end of the year to see what it looks like. And just a point that nobody has to do it. So if any of these 20 employees choose to stay on the current Monday to Friday 35 hours, then they're more than entitled to do it. And those that would like to try the trial will.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Director Savage. I would welcome opening the floor for any questions. Actually, I'll ask if someone will put the motion on the floor, and then we'll have questions and comments from council. So, Councillor Ross Robinson.
Thank you, Your Worship. I move the council approve a compressed work week for the period of February 27th, 2023 to September 1st, 2023, with the option to extend the trial or revert back to the traditional work week based on the results of the trial.
Thank you, and seconded by Councillor Harris. So, on the question. I guess a couple questions from the chair, Director Savage. Sorry to make you get down and back up, but I guess you guys don't have mics in the back row there yet. Just in terms of how will we sort of measure, so I know it's a trial period, and at the end of the trial period, we'll determine if we feel like it's worth continuing, but how will we measure if it's successful or not, or if it's something that we would like to keep or not?
So that will be, like I said, we will be doing a survey with those participating and also with council and the manager. So we have to ensure and monitor as we go that all operational needs are being met and something isn't happening because we're on a compressed work week. So that's really important. There should be no change in any of the duties or projects that are assigned to any of the 20 individuals, and they should still be able to complete all that work within that period. So if we're starting to run into issues in that way, then we need to reevaluate whether or not we can do it, because we still have a service delivery level we have to maintain. So those are important things for everyone to monitor as we go through it. And again, employee satisfaction, and then issues, if there's any issues that arise with the public, with service, again, really measured on operation and service delivery levels.
So service delivery levels and employee satisfaction
Yes.
are kind of our two metrics.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That makes sense. Councillor Ross Robinson.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just to try to understand. So if an employee is not willing to participate in it, that's all fine and dandy, but if they choose to participate in it, then decide a couple of weeks into it that it's not working and then opt out, and then can they opt back in? Like, is it you have to make a decision and run with it, or can they pick and choose as they go along?
You're exactly right. Anybody who goes into the trial is expected to finish the trial unless there's extenuating circumstances that could happen. Otherwise, once you're in till the end of August, yeah. Or else it's not a fair trial we'd have people going in and out to try and measure, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. And just another quick one from me, Director. I think you mentioned, but just to confirm, so this will not impact in any way delivery of frontline services to the public. And also, if there are, the group involved in the trial are management staff for the most part. So there are times that, we may require the presence of a director at a meeting with a minister in Fredericton on a Friday. That may have supposed to be the compressed day off. Or, I think about the folks that work in Director McTavish's department. Well, in the summertime, that's their busy season, and maybe they need to be present at events or festivals. So does it still, like, if staff have a commitment based on the duties of their job, does that take priority over a compressed work week, or?
And, definitely the duties of our position do, or what we're assigned to. I guess you have to look at it the same as if you were going to take a float or vacation on that day and the event came up, then we have to work around that for sure. And those are things, and some of us already have our calendars booked out, so we're going to run into things landing on it. So that's what we're going to have to come up as we go along. Those are some of the bumps in the road. So how do we deal with those? So you'd have to take an alternate day to replace that day.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the work will take precedent and we'll make it up to you kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I would just sort of speak in favor then of the motion from the chair, because I know, and I think we all know, we're keenly aware that we are in a competition for people as a community in every sense. We need population, we need labor force, and so as an employer in an organization, we're in the exact same boat. So to me, we know that today's labor force maybe are looking for different things. Younger generations are looking for more of that work-life balance and feeling like they have a purpose-driven mission at their work. So to me, us as an employer, being willing to experiment with being flexible and working, effectively it's an employee's market these days, right?
Yes,
so we need to show ourselves as willing to do what we need to do to attract and retain top talent. So I appreciate you bringing this forward. I hope the trial will be successful, but I will continue to be open-minded to opportunities to create a work environment that's going to, make people feel valued and make them want to be here and stay here. So thank you.
Thank you.
If there are any other questions or comments from members of council, if not, we'll call the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.